Hello, welcome to Wild Writing in the Time of Corona, still going strong, and day 213. So if this is your first time doing this, you're very welcome, and we have an ordinary workshop, so all you need really is a pen and some paper, and I suggest you make a list, 1 to 6, and you write these things down. First is a geometric shape. The second is a plant. The third is a precise time. The fourth is a building. The fifth is something locked away. And the sixth is one of your senses. I'll go through those again because I think I rushed those a little bit. So a geometric shape, a plant, a precise time, a building, something locked away, and one of the senses. Now, you are going to, in a moment, take a little bit of time and write your responses to those prompts. Do it fairly quickly. Don't spend ages thinking about it because you'll kind of control the way your thoughts come out in that way. And the idea behind the wildness is that you this all comes out fairly organically, I think. And when you have your list of 6 things, you're going to try and use at least 4 of them to make a poem. You decide whether it rhymes, you decide if it's a story, if it's a description, if it's funny, if it's sad. You make all those decisions. And the only difference today is I would like you to try and use a couple of metaphors or similes, or maybe one of each. A metaphor, just to remind you, is something that says something is something else. So her voice is a bell, and her voice isn't really a bell, but will have a sonorous quality. Or her voice is like a bell is a simile, where a simile compares one thing to another, using as or as if or like. So I think you'll find that by using a couple of metaphors or similes, you'll find a richness in the imagery you use, and I think getting your imagery right in poetry is particularly important. So I'm going to suggest you go off and find yourself a little bit of creative space, and you pause the video, and then when you return I will tell you my choices and I'll read you my poem for the day. Okay, off you go and start. Well done and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed writing that. I know I did. I'll read you my choices. So I had, my geometric shape was a circle. My plant was thick grey lichen. I'm not even sure it is a plant. Precise time was 3:30 p.m. A building was an old miner's hut. The something locked away were champagne bottles, and the sense was sight. And I think I mentioned in our last workshop that I had written 2 poems for the different day workshop, but hadn't written the one I really wanted to, and it managed to come out this time. So I wanted to show you the process of drafting and editing. So when I write, my writing is quite messy, lots of crossings out. But what I then did is I redid it. And in the redoing, there's quite a lot of helpful editing you can do. So, for example, you might decide the spacing is not quite right. You might want a longer pause in certain places. You might decide that you haven't got quite the right word. You might also decide to take a few words out. And I certainly, to increase the force of the metaphor or simile, deleted some words. So the poem that I wrote could have been called Missing, which is what the last workshop's title was. But instead of that, I've named it after a stream, which in the northeast of England is quite often called a burn. And this is Burnhope Burn. We stood knee nettle deep in the rounded sheepfold, lichen stones lacing the top with finger fronds of grey. Happy to rest our faces on folded arms, posing for pictures, staring down the burn, laughing like druids in a farmer's Stonehenge. No breeze, a solitary hawk balances above. Clear water running from out the very earth into the peaty stream. For a week, this I had missed. Big skies, my new eyes. Take it all in, the life that has been, still is. Coming to a shepherd's hut, painted, locked up, after the shooting party, staring into the darkened room, gloom clears, champagne bottles stand on a cold stone floor. Leave it. It's locked away, not for you, beyond any cost, just drink the view. Sunday, 3:30, it's autumn, it's clear, this moment, this place, above the banks of the Wear. So there's a poem that is about missing a place, and it's about a place. It has some metaphors and similes in it, as you'll be able to see, or I hope you could hear. And I've also done my usual thing of sneaking in a little bit of rhyme, particularly at the end, to kind of give it a little bit of a finesse, in my opinion. So I very much look forward to reading your poems. Please do feel free to post them, to comment, or to send me voice recordings if you'd like. I think it's always nice to hear poems read out loud. But for today, I'm going to say goodbye, and you take care of yourself, and I shall see you in a couple of days. Bye-bye.